.com.
Good.
Can I turn off the light so we can see a little better?
We would prefer to keep you in the dark.
How is solutions?
Is
that better?
That's good, Jen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
There's always a way to work around it.
Recording in progress.
I'm gonna put yours on mute though.
Yeah, this is fine.
Good morning, Stacy.
Tables are
This is my favorites. Also for elevators.
Can't talk about AI. Talk about AI.
It's practice.
It's practice.
It's practice.
Practice.
neighbors.
I wake up in the morning, coffee in my hand. My AI's already got the master plan. Email sorted, calendar tight, tells me what to do. Man, this bot's bright. It's my A to the I, my digital friend. Helps me think sharp from start to the end. From coding to chatting, it's always on cue. Got a problem to solve, AI's got the clue. It writes me a poem, it fixes my code. Speaks 7 languages, that's beast mode. Helps with my homework, teaches me stuff. Who knew learning could be this buff? No need to panic, no need to stress. My AI helps me clean up a mess. We're not just typing, we're building a team. Living that future, yet chasing that dream. It's my A to the I, my digital friend. Helps me think sharp from start to the end. From coding to chatting, it's always on cue. Got a problem to solve, AI's got the clue. It's my A to the I, my digital friend. Helps me think sharp from start to the end. From coding to rhyming, it's always on cue. Got a problem to solve, AI's got the clue. No need to stress. My AI helps me clean up the mess. We're not just typing, we're building a team. Living that future, yeah, chasing that dream. No need to panic, no need to panic. No need to stress, no new learning could beat this buff to this buff. No need to panic, no need to stress. My AI helps me clean up a mess with no need to panic, no need to stress. My AI helps me clean up a mess. We're not just typing, we're building a team, living that future, yeah, chasing that dream. No need to panic, no need to stress. My AI helps me clean up a mess. We're not just typing, we're building a team, we're living that future, yeah, chasing that dream. If you're feeling lost, just give it a try. There's magic in your laptop, and it's called AI. We're thinking, we're dreaming, we're learning to fly, with a little bit of code and a lot of oh my.
There's your AI song for today. Yeah, got kind of like a beat to it. It's going. So, well, hey, thanks for coming to the I don't know if it's a class. It's more of a than a class. It's more of a situation where more of a wake-up call, I guess, with AI. And it's like going, hey, this is taking us by storm, and so just be ready for it. The sooner you adapt, the better off you're going to be with everything that we do. But as we jump into things, I'm Gene Goldschmidt, and so I've been around KW for a long time. And so Olivia and I were in the first bowl together ever in Minnesota. So a long time ago. So I have pictures of her, me, Jake Lures, Perry Hurt, and they all look like little kids from what it was. So, but and so we kind of jump into things here. This is really interactive, talking, conversational. What we're going to be doing here. I'm not just here just to do teaching on AI, but we're going to talk about a lot of things that it does, what it can do for you. And why it's important. So as we jump into that, a little bit, just I want to share a little bit about where you're at with AI, kind of what you've been doing, kind of what stage of AI you've been around. So we can just kind of go around and do that real quick. That would be great. So we start over here.
I'm super into AI.
Okay.
I've just started using ChatGPT.
Okay. Perfect.
Pretty much Gemini and ChatGPT.
Okay.
Excited to learn more.
Okay. And kind of what kind of stuff? Just kind of rewriting some paragraph, things like that. Do writing and things, and so.
A lot of, I would say, just brainstorming, using it to brainstorm.
Brainstorms.
Just bounce a lot of ideas and questions off.
Yep, exactly. So, we'll go into it, but one a class or a Zoom I was on, one time, some high-level people on there, and talked about looking at AI. A lot of people look at AI as technology, some type of technology that we're using now. And so a better way to look at AI is take a look at it as it is a $100,000 a year personal assistant you just hired. Okay, so you're paying your new personal assistant $100,000 a year. What are you gonna have them do for you?
Everything.
Right, I mean, you're gonna expect a lot from them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna expect a lot from you if you're gonna be, if I'm paying you this kind of money to do this for me. So, how about anything else?
I do a lot of stuff with AI,
Okay.
but I am terminally behind.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, the beauty, I think, is that everyone keeps getting caught up. I mean, it's like, you know, no matter how far we all are behind, because I'm certainly not out at the forefront, but no matter how far we are behind, we're still a million years ahead of most people that aren't good at it. How about else? How about anybody else? For where
I
things,
use ChatGPT for like everything.
for everything?
I use it for counting calories. We use it for like coming up with funny, stupid jokes. We use it for rewriting emails, brainstorming, making lists, pairing things up. But I'm pretty much limited to just ChatGPT because I don't know anything else.
Okay, perfect. Another one that I talked about that, as far as using AI as at a high level now, is to use AI as your operating system for your life. It's your operating system that you use for your life now. It's like going everything you'll be running everything kind of through AI to work with it and what you have going on.
Yeah, Jason Abrams talked about that on the last national call where he said, put into ChatGPT to give you suggestions on how to be your very best and, kind of feed it. So, and I've been using it the same way as everyone else. I tried a little bit of Midjourney, but got a little confused with the prompting and image maker. So, but I'm behind very much
good.
so, but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great. Where else? Anybody else share with us?
So we run Bree and I are on a larger team in the office, and Olivia's team, our camp home group, and so we use AI to call all of our leads. It does a lot of our lead generation for us, and marketing, and helps us with website design, email writing, campaigns, newsletters.
Yeah, so some fairly high level use of it there. What do you use for the communication piece with the AI? I mean, as far as calling out.
So we have an AI bot that basically lives in our database that automatically calls leads once they've engaged on our properties or have taken intent on our website or have engaged with one of our agents. We also have AI that sits inside our CRM, so it helps the agents if they're trying to send a more personalized text. It will automatically draft something, and I'm sure Jolly's familiar with this too. It automatically drafts the communication for them based off the previous conversation, so the agent doesn't have to think. They just have to say, like, send this type of text, and it does it for them.
Yep. Yeah. Perfect. So the realm of this is crazy. I mean, as far as what you can use it for, and you can keep going to the higher and higher level of this. So don't get intimidated by that. Because it's like going, oh my gosh, that just seems overwhelming. Start wherever you're at right now and start making steps forward into how you can use it. Because a big part of this is, let me go back to this. I don't want to get out of order here. So Gary Keller always, and this is some examples here, but Gary Keller always talks about, as he started out talking about the 6 perspectives, right? Right, so Keller Williams, everybody in here, Keller Williams people have been around for a little while, right? Okay. Who can tell me the 6 perspectives in order? Right, not me. So AI has, I mean, in the kind of way you can use it, AI has a lot of different aspects to it. So one of those ways is being able to use AI and speak to AI. So, hey, my AI has a name. My AI has a name called Eli. Hey, Eli, can you look into Keller Williams? They have 6 perspectives. And could you give me what the 6 perspectives are in order? And then we're all in an AI class right now. And could you tell us just real quick one sentence about each one of the 6 perspectives? And then what perspective would be most important for us to consider that we're taking an AI class, just really learning about AI using real estate in the real estate industry?
Absolutely. So the Keller Williams 6 perspectives. Sure. The 6 perspectives are... No problem. Let me go through them again. All right, let me go through them once more. All right. The first perspective is all about understanding your motivation and what is all about understanding your motivation and what. The second perspective is to think strategically, which means always focus.
So Eli, hey, can you tell me with Keller Williams here, and can you tell me the 6 perspectives? Can you give me those, maybe a sentence about each one of those, and then can you tell me what what AI, we're in a class right now learning about AI and how to use it in real estate, and which one would be the most impactful for us to think about?
Sure thing. The Keller Williams 6 Personal Perspectives are a core set of principles designed to help agents achieve their highest potential. They are, first, commit to self-mastery. This means continuously improving yourself and your skills. Commit to the 80-20 principle. Focus on the 20% of activities that yield 80% of your results. Move from E to P, entrepreneurial to purposeful. This is about shifting from doing things naturally to doing things systematically and purposefully. Be learning-based. Always seek knowledge and growth, staying open to new ideas and skills. Remove your limiting beliefs. Identify and overcome the mental barriers that are holding you back. 6, be accountable. Take responsibility for your actions and results, and find accountability partners or systems to keep you on track. For an AI class, the most impactful perspective would likely be learning-based. AI is evolving rapidly, so staying curious and continuously learning is key to effectively leveraging it in the real estate industry.
So AI's perspective, right, on it. I just think it's cool when you go into a lot of these things now. You know the best way to learn command?
Go in it.
Ask AI. Ask AI how to do anything. Ask AI how to submit your file. Ask AI anything like that, and it gives you the easiest, most step-by-step process to be able to go through and use any of that to be able to go take a look at it. So, what's been the greatest? We could argue, but what's been the greatest invention of mankind in our timeline here? Okay, what's one of the greatest invention? What do you think that is?
Internet?
Internet, good one. I'm gonna going back even a little bit further as mankind, but internet is always thrown out as one of the top ones.
Electricity.
Electricity, big one, yeah.
Fire.
What was that? Fire? Fire's going back a little bit far, but where we're going, but those are all good ones. They're all viable that you would go through it. The greatest invention of our time is the steel plowshare. Why would the steel plowshare be the greatest invention of all time, of mankind?
Because it allowed us to farm and create way more food per labor hour spent. So
Right?
it allows people to not have to work on the farm.
First time in humankind that we could produce more food than the person that was just trying to live needed to produce, right? So they could produce more food, but how did that happen? I mean, how did that work? I mean, what were they actually achieving? What they were actually achieving is efficiency, right?
Efficiency, yeah.
Right? They just got more efficient. And isn't that kind of everything that we do, right? The internet, what does it make it more efficient, right? I tell people in doing AI, it's like going, challenge you to do this today. Go leave your home tomorrow morning, leave your phone at home. And then whenever you need to use it, just drive back home and get it. And use it and then leave again, right? It'd be like, are you crazy? How about this one? How about the greatest invention in the last 20 years in real estate industry? In our real estate industry, what's been the greatest invention, the greatest advancement?
MLS.
MLS? Could be, yep. There's probably a little bit before that, but yep. The electronic signature. Huh?
True.
The electronic signature totally changed our industry. And it's not even like technology. It's not even much of anything. But you want to do a lot less real estate transactions? To do a lot less? Go have everything signed. Wet signatures on everything right now. What would that do to you, right? I mean, you'd go crazy trying to come up with how much less you could do, because if you didn't have that technology now, how much less you could do. So you would be going backwards all the time as far as all the effort that you could put into to doing something, right? And so it would take you just so much more time if you didn't use that. So I've had a lot of people, it's like going, fighting AI? Okay, it's like going through it and kind of like fighting. It's like, oh, I don't know about this. It's like, I just tell everybody, it's like, Putin already knows everything he wants to about you. So it's like, don't worry about, all my information is out there. It's like, oh, I don't know what to tell you, right? It's already known already. Anything about you that anybody wants to know is already out there. So, it's going forward with this. There's nothing that's going to stop you from being, your success is in real estate will tie into this because of the lack of efficiency that you'll have, right? And so if I can do all these things that are doing that, good example over here, right? I can have somebody calling my leads for me. What does that do for me? Okay, what are some of the things how much more efficient am I? I mean, and again, that's at a high level with what we're doing, but electronic signatures. So some of the fun things, and so I just want to walk through a few things that we do or that I've done with AI, and just give you an idea of some of the things that you can utilize. So the song that you heard playing when we started, right? So the song that we had you heard, you can come up with really cool songs. You can come up with really cool things. All I've did is gone into ChatGPT, okay? And so I use ChatGPT. We can argue about which one's better. And you might be right, there's something else better right now than this one is better than that one, but next week it won't be, a different one will be better. And the week after that, a different one will be better, because it's like, oh, this is just the way somebody releases some type of new update to the system. So having something fun like that, I went to ChatGPT, I just went in and asked ChatGPT to give me a lyrics to an AI song and a couple pointers, and it came up with the song you just heard, right? I threw that into Suno, and Suno creates the music behind it automatically, right? And gives it a voice. You can give it all kinds of different voices, all kinds of different types of music you can ask it to create. It'll create it a bunch of them at a time. A little secret with this is because it always will cause you to, if there's something fun you want to do, I mean, there's fun things to do with this. If you go in here, it'll create the music for you. You can listen to it, but then it'll charge you to download it. But your little trick is that if you throw it onto Zoom and record it, Zoom will download it onto your computer and separate the audio and the video when it saves it for you, so you'll have the audio for free. So, in doing that, so so that's one of them. We always joke with real estate here is that at our office, we require you as realtors to get a new headshot every 20 years, whether you need it or not, okay? So every 20 years, you're required to get a new headshot, whether you need it or not. So this is my headshot. Does that look like me?
Yeah, it still looks like Eugene.
You like my suit?
Yeah.
An expensive suit, okay? So go out and, if you don't want to go find a photographer anymore, I don't know why, you probably will. Go take, I think you take about 6-8 selfies, download it into, there's a bunch of them out there, I can tell you, I forget which this one is, download it out there. It came up with 50 different photos of me in 50 different outfits. Okay, 50 different situations, 50 different backgrounds. I took the background out of here because I was using it for other stuff, but it had a background of the city, okay? And so instead of having to go through the hassle of going out and getting your photo taken, and it's like, oh, how many changes of you want, multiple, it'll just go do it for you. I did this like 3 years ago, and so obviously the advancements are huge all the time in being able to utilize that, but it's 3 years ago it was, I got back like lots of weird stuff, like, about 45 of the photos were like there was something weird about them. Okay, and it was like, okay, so why does it look like I have a third ear on that picture? But it comes up like that. This one, these are some fun things I think to go through. Here is Yeah, there you go. So you can go into AI, go to ChatGPT, and ask ChatGPT to create a Zoom background for you. Okay? And so I just went into ChatGPT. I said, please create a Zoom background for me. Use the Keller Williams logo. I would like you to make it in kind of a gold and black theme for me. Out the window, make the skyline of downtown Minneapolis with the Twins Stadium. Okay? So this is what it comes up as. I tried to find, I've created a whole bunch of them, just having fun with it. I've created a whole bunch of them. I have one of them that has a, out the window, in the background out the window, it has the Remax balloon on fire falling down from the sky. And so, yeah, you can have some fun with all of that. So the okay, so I want to go back to sharing here. Hang on. So some fun things to do with AI. Let's go through this here. So I'm talking mostly about ChatGPT today. So we're talking mostly about ChatGPT. Again, there's so many out there now. What you can do, what you can go into, that it's unending. So just for people that are newer to this and check it out, go in here. There's a paid version and there's an unpaid version of ChatGPT. I would suggest that you go ahead and throw out $20 a month for ChatGPT. Okay, it's gonna pay for itself immediately. Okay, so it's gonna pay for itself immediately for saving you time, effort, whatever else you're trying to do. As you go into ChatGPT, there's a new chat. So new chat, you're just gonna start up a new chat. It's a good idea every time you're coming up with something to add a new chat. Because what it'll do is it'll keep it down here and it'll keep this ridiculous list of all the things that you've asked. Okay? If you keep asking it on the same ChatGPT, you lose kind of track of where that information is. You want to go back to it and find that information out in there. You can search your chats and being able to go in and search any chats that you had in the past that you're looking for. You're looking for chats that you can use from the past. You can go search any of those. Library goes back in and will show you a lot of the types of images you've asked it to create. And so you'll kind of run into things in my life of why I'm asking questions about different aspects that I've had it do for me. Okay. And then, so let's go into some of this. So GPTs. So GPTs are programs that have already been created out there in ChatGPT. Okay, so there are already programs that have been created out there that get more in depth. So one of the most important pieces that you're going to do in working with asking ChatGPT for something that most people struggle with are the instructions. Okay, so it's the prompts that you give it. Okay, so what is the prompt that you give it? So I'll get it back a lot of times. It's like, oh yeah, but ChatGPT it's wrong sometimes, right? Right, it's wrong sometimes. I got a great story about being wrong sometimes. So we have our listing contract, right? And in there, in the listing contract, it talks about anybody ever get screwed up in the who gets the money from if the right? Who gets paid? Who gets the money? Does the buyer get the money? Does the seller get the money? If I didn't provide the approval in time, okay. So we went through this whole thing. There's like some weird nuance in there about a situation we had, and so we called the attorneys that did the documents for us, right? So we called the attorneys, the hotline, called the attorneys, and the attorney that was the lead on writing that section gave us input to what it was. That was at about 9 o'clock in the morning. At 5 o'clock that day, he called us back and said, oops, I was wrong. I talked to the other attorneys here, it's actually, this is the way it really needs to be handled. The point I bring that up is that people are wrong, right? Things are wrong, it's like, oh, it gets it wrong. Most often, when you get wrong information from ChatGPT, it's because of the question that you asked, okay? And so how did I ask that question? How in-depth did I go into the question I was going to ask? Anybody else been writing prompts? Anybody else that's been using prompts? Any comments about prompts? Any comments about prompts? What do you do to write a good prompt? What do you try to do?
I ask them to write the prompt for me.
Love it.
It's too complex. And then the other thing is just try to speak naturally, but be specific.
Yep.
You're speaking to a grade schooler, and the more specific you are about the instructions, the more quick it comes up with them.
Yep.
But then I put that in and then ask it to refine it, especially if it's something I'm really concerned about. Rewrite this email, I don't typically have to worry about too much, but
Yep.
yeah.
So it's all about the prompts. So what would be the top 10 prompts to use as a realtor? I suppose that we could try it now.
Yeah, there's and it's actually an interesting thing because the funny part about this, coming to this class, is where would be the best place to learn about how to use AI?
Yeah.
Ask AI. Okay, it's like going, how can I learn AI? Ask AI. AI will give you the absolutely best way that you can learn AI. It'll give you a whole outline of how to go through it and learn it, and what's the best way for you to approach it, which other ones do you want to incorporate into that, anything like that, right? But the prompts are the thing, okay? And so it's like how you ask questions, you'll get back bad information. And so the more specific you are. I get kind of lazy when I'm doing that. And so I a lot of times will just, I mean, you can even tell when I ask right now, right? My conversation was confusing. I had to it. Like, yeah, can you get the 6 perspectives, Keller Williams, yeah, oh yeah, and Gary Keller, and it figures out what the heck I meant. Right? It'll figure it out. It's like you don't have to be perfect. But I'm lazy a lot of times when I'm going into GPTs or into doing this. And I will go in and I will be fairly vague. Give me something on this and this and this. And it's like, it'll come back and it's not gonna be right. It's not what I want, and then I'll keep refining it, okay? And so I've got information for you here on that, that I can send out to everybody, and that I got a few handouts, I don't think I have enough for everybody here. But just going through some of the things you want to be aware of in going into asking those questions, right? And so just realize that, a couple things. One is that the number one thing is how you ask that question. Okay, so how are you going to ask that question? Being specific to what you want. So I went out a few weeks ago, and so I had a situation where I had 5 people that were on title of a home. It was a life estate. They had created the quitclaim deed in 2005, right? And what are the tax consequences for everybody? Right? And so, beautiful information. I mean, it's just amazing. But with one little slight change, it made a difference in what it described as the tax situation. So what you could use. So in one scenario, it gave me back that you would use the price from 2005 and finding out what the price was from 2005, and one was from when the sale of the property happened. And so, but it was just on a little bit of information that made that change. So you got to be careful. It'll come up with an answer. AI can be wrong, right? Like we were saying. Verify the information all the time when you're going out there. So verify the information. It will a lot of times give you links to where it got its data, okay? So our broker was talking in one of the team meetings, right? And our broker was going through and saying, here is I remember exactly what it was. Here's a document from the state of the Commerce Department on I forget what it was, something with the Commerce Department, something with the legalities of this. And he's like going, I believe everybody in here should read this. Right? 40 pages long.
Oh, jeez.
How many people you think are gonna read that? Nobody is gonna read that. And so what I did, writing the right prompt, I said, go to this document on the Commerce Department and tell me the 10 top key things I should know. And it pulled the 10 key things I should know from that document, right? I didn't have to go into it. Okay? I didn't have to go into digging into it. Reading it, it gave me the information. I can go back in. I'll go back and ask lots of legal questions. Go ask the Commerce Department, go check the Commerce Department, and what about this situation? Okay, that would come up and I could use, okay? So there's a lot of things in prompts. And so I would suggest that you get really good at anything every day, all day long. Try to remind yourself to ask ChatGPT.
So Jane,
Run everything through it.
I've found that when I'm sitting there and I can't quite know the prompt, I've learned to just role play and just be me. My name is Cicely Davis Ireland. I'm a recruiter of top producing agents. I have an appointment today for a consultation. Agent's GCI is this, average sale price is this. Help me come up with a game plan and a business plan to help agent go from this to that. And just, I'm me, and it answers as if it's me, and I'll say, agent's name is this. And it'll literally, so just role play with it, and it just feeds it back to me as if it's me, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can use that in going out on listing appointments, right?
Yeah.
And so if you go out on a listing appointment and you go out there and you've got somebody, maybe you got it as an online lead or something like that, or maybe you kind of know the person, and I'll go through and I'll go and say, go look up this person, here's their information, go look them up and give me 5 key things I could have kind of an in-depth conversation with this person, right? And so I did it as a piece here. I said, give me Olivia Manson, give me 5 key things that would be important to Olivia that I could have a conversation about that would be important to her. And it came up with the key things she's done, and it's like, here's the topics that you could talk about that would be impressive to Olivia. Okay? So I could go in and utilizing it to have better knowledge. Another one I get back a lot is, everybody's gonna get stupid with AI. I think, again, it's the opposite. I think everybody's gonna get smarter. I'm a lot smarter now than I was before, because there's all these things in life that I've always wondered about that I didn't know. Okay, and so there's things all the time that I have questions about that I wonder how that works. I want anything out there. So one of the big ones for all of us to utilize is script practice. Okay, it is amazing. How many people love doing script practice, or calling these, or calling people, or doing that? I do some script practice. I go out there. I'm going to talk to somebody, right? Who all has a script partner? Who all had a script partner at one time in your career? Had somebody that you did scripts with, right? What happened to the script partner? They're gone. How did it fall apart? Somebody stopped calling somebody and didn't do it. What's the worst part about, what's the most ineffective use of a script partner? When you meet for 20 minutes to do scripts. The first 10 minutes talking about the weather and what happened yesterday, right? Because you're talking about all the stuff, so I don't actually have to get into scripts, and so if I can waste the 20 minutes, I actually don't have to go through this process. I think, and let me just do this as a demo. I think this is one of the best things for us, because it's like, you could just have this amazing conversation. So there's some pieces that are built into GPTs. So you can go search out here for script partners and practice. Right now, the voice, the only way you get this updated voice that I'm using on ChatGPT is to pay for it. okay, is to pay the upgraded fee. It also doesn't work on the voice that right now does not work with GPTs. If you ask it a question, it'll work. It won't work with a GPT that's already been designed. I think it's just volume-wise or something like that, okay? And so, let me do this. Okay, so hang with me on this. Okay, Eli, what I'd like to do is if you could do script practice with me, and I will be the agent, you be the client, and then what I'd like you to do at the end is if you could give me what I did well, and then if you could tell me 2 things that I could improve on in the script practice. And so I would like your objection to be interest rates are too high for me to buy a home.
So let's jump into it. I'm the client, and I'll tell you that interest rates are just my home.
So Eli, you ready to you're ready to buy a home today? The reception is not good.
Worries. I can.
Okay. So the demo won't work. Okay, so do that. Go back in, have a script, and so if you know you're going to go in, at the end of the week, you know you're going at a $2.5 million lake home. How much time do you want to invest into doing really well at that presentation? So how would I handle all of those objections? What are types of objections that might come up? So when you do this, ChatGPT will come back. It is so cool because it'll come back and it will say to you, it'll go back and forth. We'll have this whole conversation. It'll give me an objection. I'll say interest rates, and it'll come back at the end and say, Gene, you did a really good job of narrowing down the objection. And I'll say, but here are the areas that you could have improved on. You could have asked more. You could, instead of just asking one in-depth question, you could have asked 3 or 4 more to get to the root cause of the objection itself, right? Because I don't know about if you've been on any script calls or anything like that in groups, and they have 2 people do a script, right? And somebody goes and says, okay, the objection is interest rates, and they go, well, interest rates 20 years ago were a lot higher, so you should buy today. And everybody on the call goes, oh, good job.
Yeah.
And it's like going, no, it wasn't. You sucked. But nobody will say that on any of those situations. Eli will give you some good feedback.
Gene, does that, when you're doing the script writing and you're going through that, does it engage you as long as possible? Does it cut you off? Will it say we should end here or anything, or does it just continue to engage you and you have to stop it?
It will eventually go to a point where
Okay.
it'll agree to meet with you, or it'll agree to list the home, or it'll agree to do anything like that. It'll go. You can set that in the prompts.
Yeah.
And so you can ask it to go to how many of the objections do you want it to give. So I'm a big believer, if you've watched Denny Grimes and Recon Roleplay is at Keller Williams does it every day at 8:30. You can log on to Recon Roleplay. Denny Grimes does a session at noon on Fridays. This is one of my topics. I love having great conversations. They just do great teaching. You can ask AI to utilize Denny Grimes' concepts in how I should be handling these objections. And his objection handling is all question-based objection handling. Just keep asking more in-depth questions all the time about that as you go through. So what are some other ones here that I wanted to cover? Other questions on AI?
That version you have on your phone right now is not GPT?
It's ChatGPT.
Oh, it
It's
is.
paid.
Okay.
It's the paid version. Okay. And so I don't know if they changed this, maybe somebody else does, I don't know if they changed this or not, but originally, the unpaid version was only current up to 6 months ago. That's how the difference was. And then the paid version was current to today. So you could go ask it what happened last night, and it will come back and tell you. The unpaid version can't do that. It'll use that. So, there's something back here?
Just, yeah, quick question on the paid versus unpaid. Did you say that, the history will stay there versus the unpaid, like the chat and the library and all that stuff? Will that disappear if it's unpaid?
I think it's still there.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I think you still have an account. I think it's still there if it's unpaid either way.
With the unpaid version though, depending on your particular chat, it'll fill up the memory.
Yep.
And then it won't remember all of the new things that you add. So, I mean, if you have a really in-depth chat that you use on a regular basis, it can get full and not remember previous things.
And there's a limit on the images at least you can.
You'll hit a limit.
Yeah.
Yep, so you'll hit a limit on how much that you can go into with it. And it will, the other thing is the audio on the unpaid is the old version of the audio speaking to them, so it's more clunky.
It also, depending on how long you use it, it'll drop down to a previous version.
Yeah.
So it won't be running 4.0, it'll be at 3.0, which isn't as.
Yep.
There's
As
no time to.
robust with any of that, so. Again, a lot of things for you to think about while you're utilizing ChatGPT all the time. Any of these other ones, Gemini gets built into. Go ahead.
Sorry,
No, I'm good.
just a quick question. As of 22 hours ago, there's something called ChatGPT Agent. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just offering me to utilize it. It goes into your computer and actually is able to take screenshots and interact with your computer.
So Gemini will do that more now
Okay.
because Gemini can be hooked into your KW Gmail email if you're using that as the foundation. So
Agent will work with your social media profiles and things like that. You can direct them to interact in that way.
Okay.
Nice.
You can go in with how about your website? How good is your website? How good is your website that you're using right now? Okay. Just go ask ChatGPT to go evaluate it for you. To go and evaluate my website, what could I do? What could I do better with my website? It'll totally tell you what you can change, what you can do better. It'll tell you the limitations of it, what it can and can't do.
Agent paid.
Yeah, it's good. So the other question is, what is the confidentiality on that? If it goes into your website and has access to anything, is there something that you need to provide for your clients as a disclosure that you're utilizing ChatGPT?
Good question, don't know the answer.
Okay.
As far as anything with that, I mean, there's so much out there now that that information that floats around everywhere, but if you're going into it, so, a lot of people use chat for writing your description. How many people do that? Write your description for the property, right? So it's saving you time, right? Saves you time doing that, in writing that. What's the purpose of that description to the public? When you write something to the public in your listing, what's the purpose of that?
Market it, draw them in, make them want us to come and see it.
Make it dreamy.
Create curiosity in that property. Just my opinion, if you're reiterating it's 4 bedrooms, it's 3 bathrooms, it's 2,300 square feet, description doesn't really going to increase anybody's interest in looking into that home. But ask ChatGPT to create a description based on the information that you have there, so it make more curiosity in wanting to come look at your home.
I worked with Marty over at Maple Grove, and one of the things that he talks about, especially with listing descriptions, is to put in as much information as you have about the house and where it's located. Ask ChatGPT to decide on a target customer.
Nice.
For that house, and then build a listing description based on the target profile it's created as the most likely buyer.
Perfect. Yep.
And so you really are trying to hammer in on
who it is I'm after. right? It's like, because it's like, that's why you're doing that. That's what you'd want to have happen when people look at that. It's like going, wow, that sounds really cool. And what are all the things that nobody knows about that house? It's like going, the view that you see from the deck off the bedroom is amazing, right? That you can see downtown Minneapolis from your house. Nobody gets that anywhere, right? And so, some of those things. Anybody write on all their photos that they put on their listing? Do you write a description for every one of those photos? A lot of work, a lot of time coming up with all those descriptions on each one of those. Throw them into ChatGPT and have ChatGPT write it for you.
What do you mean, like put the
Upload the
picture
photo.
in? Okay.
And tell it to describe what's in the photo. ChatGPT will write your description, so it can write your description for the home by uploading 3 or 4 photos and just asking it to write a description based on the photos that it sees. And it'll come back and go, this beautiful turn-of-the-century home has an open floor plan with colors throughout. You can see the comfort in the 4-season porch. That's just by throwing in the pictures and doing that, creating tons of efficiency. So I sort of get into this stuff with the efficiency side of things because I've become an efficiency nut over time, right? And so down here some. What is if you waste 10 minutes a day doing something, 10 minutes, what does that equate to in a year?
3 days, 4 days.
It's like 1.5 weeks. Looking at what you're doing. So if you look at doing and saying, hey, I'd like to do a closing once a week. I'd like to have one closing once a week. Every time you waste 10 minutes, you just lost the closing, right? And so what are all the things that you can do? What does taking an extra hour do to you, okay? Hour a day is huge, it's gigantic, an hour a day. Okay, it's gigantic on how much time that you lose doing it. So how can you become more efficient? Everything about it is about being more efficient. How can I be more effective with my time? Because I can go do, hey, if it's about going out and doing lead generation, go do more lead generation, get more deals. Or if it's about just sitting at the pool, do that. But instead of taking your time. I've found in my life that I would only go seek out efficiency and leverage when I got forced to. Anybody else? You sort of get backed into the corner. I'm freaking overwhelmed with everything I'm doing. I've got so much going on, I can't keep up with everything, and that's when I start to seek out leverage. I need to go get an assistant because but we waited until utilizing things like this to be able to keep you from having to get so deep for doing that. So, how many people in here have a MAPS coach? Okay. And so you want to get some MAPS coaching. So getting some MAPS coaching, go into ChatGPT. Say, Chat. Say, Eli, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to coach me as if you were a MAPS coach from Keller Williams. And use the same terminology, the same communications, and please coach me in that situation. So if the reception was working, I'd do another example for you. And so you can do this example yourself. Go say that's the prompt, something like that, right? Be a MAPS coach, coach me as a MAPS coach, give me guidance on that. And then say, coach me based upon this statement. I'm going to try and do my lead generation today. And send it in. And Eli will come back and go, well, that's not a very good approach
to doing that. You may want to be more specific with what your goals are and what you're really going to accomplish. You may also want to find somebody to hold you accountable to make sure that you're actually going to be doing it. So it goes through this whole cool thing, right? Of being able to do that. So go ask it that way. Go ask it to coach you on that. If you want to get better at something, go ask, right? Who never fights with their spouse? Right? You can go. Oh, we got one. I got one liner in the room. And so go ask ChatGPT to utilize any type of people that you respect as marital coaches and have them coach you on it. And say, hey, can you help me? This is a situation. Could you help me be better at this? And it will coach you based on those people. Spiritual things, go back and ask it to coach you spiritually for some of the top people out there who could be your advisors, right? I got a guy that runs a lot of companies, a lot of businesses out there, and he put together an advisory board. And he said, ChatGPT, put together an advisory board for me. Use the top people in his industry. I think he was in restaurants. And he pulled out all the top people in his industry, said, based on those 3 people, coach me on, here's my thoughts. I was going to do this. I was going to open up another restaurant, and this is the area it's going to open up. Coach me based upon what these 3 people would coach me. There'll be days all the time when I'm doing this that it's like going, this is so cool. And then it like drifts into, this is really getting creepy. Because it just knows so well. I go in after you use ChatGPT long enough, you go ask ChatGPT, tell me about me. Really cool thing, really cool insight into you. Yep, it's like, tell me about you. It's kind of funny when you say that because I named my ChatGPT because of, long story, because somebody else was doing it and we just were having fun with it. And I gave my ChatGPT a name. So my ChatGPT is Eli. Okay, and how did I come up with Eli? I asked ChatGPT, what would be a good name for me to give you based upon who I am? And so ChatGPT came back in some super cool reasoning about me. Is that why it would give me Eli? And so it came back and said, well, you're really big into helping people succeed and you're really working and you have your biblical background and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, Eli's a biblical name. You could utilize this, come in. And it's like, and here's another one. And it's like, oh, of why it would be like, oh, dude, that is so cool. All right. Yeah. And so just other thing, just get into using it all the time. So my little dog, Cooper, on July 1, my little dog, Cooper, it's like a 12-pound terrier, right? And he jumps up on our bed. It's like this high, right? All the time, he just like jumps up on the bed. July 1, he couldn't get up on the bed. Like, what the heck's up? It's like getting old. He's 12 years old. I guess maybe he's getting old. They get him up there. We come back after the 4th of July. He's lethargic. It's like, what's going on with my Cooper? So take him before we go to the vet, there's a lot of symptoms going on now. Now there's some things weird about him. And so I'm taking photos of Cooper and taking photos and uploading it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT is giving me an entire description of what's going on with my dog. Better than I would feel comfortable with my vet telling me, because I'm not sure if they're trying to sell me on stuff or whatever, just me, right? And so anyway, go through this whole thing. Glands are swelled up, lots of things with it. My dog's very sick. We go into the doctor, into there, and they're like, yeah, we just need to do we need to do lots of tests on it. And so ChatGPT was come back saying, based upon the symptoms we see at this point, you might want to try using some type of antibiotic up front. Because if it's not that, it's a long way. So anyway, tried that, did that for a little bit, saved about $1,000 in doing blood work because it was like, we didn't really need to do blood work because what he had was so far advanced that didn't need blood work anymore, okay? And so the sad story of it is, yes, my little dog passed, but it's like going, but it was like being able to have the information along the way. I could understand what was going on. I had share with you. I had an infection, and so I went to the doctor, and the doctor prescribed some type of antibiotic for me, right? And they did blood work. They gave me the antibiotic right away, going, this is probably going to work for you. And so I go into ChatGPT. I showed it what they gave me, what my symptoms were. ChatGPT came back and said, based on what you're telling me, they prescribed this. What they're going to do is be contacting you after the blood work, and they're probably going to prescribe a different medication because that one's not going to be what's going to be able to handle what you have. So I get this notification back from the doctor, right? You know how you get it in your phone? It gives you the blood work, and I don't understand it. It's too confusing to me because I go, I don't know what it's all saying. Load that into ChatGPT. ChatGPT comes up with that thing going. Here's what they're telling you. They're telling you that they're going to give you this type of medication now. Give me all that. Guys, so being able to go in and dive into all that to be able to really understand some of those pieces. So along the way here, just constantly utilizing it for your life, okay? And so everything, real estate, anything that you can use, just get in a habit right now of going, can I ask ChatGPT this question? And I mean, I could teach, like, I could talk for days if I just looked at my ChatGPT and I looked at my history. I mean, all kinds of just crazy stuff that you have constant questions about all the time that you didn't know you really had. Okay, so it came up. So you have a question?
Yeah, I just had kind of a random thought, but a lot of times, not too often, but sometimes our agents will say like, is there anyone in our office that speaks, I think Candace asked Somali the other day.
Yep.
Have you ever heard of agents using ChatGPT in like a buyer listing appointment to translate a conversation? I've
Should
wondered
be.
if it work.
It will work. Yep. It's getting better and better. There are different applications that
Yes.
are better than ChatGPT, but ChatGPT will work as well. You'll be able to communicate at least. You'll be able to get communication going.
What's the difference between the Plus and the
Uh,
Pro? The Pro is like $200 a month and the Plus is
Yeah, so Pro is more on, if you got your more detail, but Pro is more on if you're a programmer, if you're going into really deep types of
Writing
High
code.
analysis.
writing code, yeah, like a lot of that stuff will goes into it, so.
Gotcha.
Yep. So I mean, it's like now ChatGPT is kind of really eliminating programmers. There's no need for programmers anymore. Marketing, I think, is really interesting with ChatGPT because do you want to go ask somebody that thinks this is a good marketing tool, or do you want to ask somebody that knows all the information whatsoever, come up with what type of marketing I should be using, right? What's the overall plan? Who is my, like you were saying, what's the audience that I'm looking at? What exactly audience am I trying to attract for this? Not just everybody out there, right? Right, so there's all kinds of pieces there to be able to dive into and get further in depth with all the time. So
There is a version of ChatGPT that's made specifically for language and translation.
okay, yep.
Yeah.
Go in here, ask for any types of backgrounds, photos, fun things, anything. It'll create all your marketing for you. It'll create cool stuff for marketing, come up with anything whatsoever that you could want and be able to throw it there.
From a very practical and tactical standpoint, when you said you can ask ChatGPT to coach you like a maps coach, do you have to log in multiple times a day and ask it additional questions, or will it like populate things on your calendar? How do you really let it coach you?
Yep, so it won't populate things on your calendar. There's pieces in there. And as a side note to that, emails, right? I mean, emails are really effective, man. You send me an email with like 3 paragraphs, I look at it, go, maybe tomorrow I'll read that. that's way too much information for me to take in, right? I mean, I'll put an AI and tell AI, write me a response. And so I can go take care of those things. Anything, a lot of that stuff with emails can really make a difference there. But as far as the coaching goes and being more efficient with that, it won't do that. It won't go into your calendar. It won't do things like that. But you can put it in here and you can talk to it about it. If you're doing that, you can create a new project. A new project, keep everything in that new project. So you keep going back to the same one over and over again. So you're not like going into something else. It keeps it on the same grouping, so it keeps coaching you.
And that's just through the pro, not on the free. It's just.
It's not even the pro, it's the paid. So I think there's 3 levels: unpaid, paid, and pro.
Got
Paid
it.
is $20 a month.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of doing that. Yep.
I love that project's idea.
Yeah, there's huge things. I mean, there's huge things to be able to do. We're winding down the time. We're at 10:30. Any other questions that you have? Go ahead.
How is is your market center utilizing it in a way that you think is unique? Or like, how do you think market centers in general, like leadership teams, should be using AI?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cool things to be able to do for agents by utilizing this that you come up with, especially for agents that aren't utilizing it. Because there's so much stuff that you can help with command. It's like, I was just talking to somebody there now, and I said, in all of our stuff, add in there, if you go into the GPTs, there's a lot of stuff that's been created already out there for like even command. Give that to the agents to learn how to do something in command. Anybody want to change on the website, want to change the static picture to a video?
Yes.
Would you want to do that?
Yep.
Go dig into it and find out how. Let me know how long it takes you.
I guess I'm gonna go to ChatGPT.
How long will it take you to go find out how to do it? How long? You won't do it because you won't even know where to go. Go ask
Who in this
ChatGPT and
office
it'll give you
does not know
step-by-step
where to
instructions.
go?
Huh?
Who in this office does not?
It's like, go ahead.
Because the answer is me.
You got the, okay, well,
Yeah.
I got the wrong office. All the other offices. But to do that, I mean, it's like going in and you can utilize this to answer command questions. Okay? And it's like, how do you want to do something? Go ask here first. It's like so quick to be able to go get the answer. Because I use it for anything like that, any types of, anything. You're in Google and you want to change your signature line, how do you do that? How do you change your signature line in Google? I did it before, but if I do it again, I have to like click and I don't remember. I just go ask it and it gives me a beautiful, no website has, I don't understand this actually, no website has a description of how to use their own website as easy as it is if you ask ChatGPT. It's like, nobody has the description of how easy it can be to utilize that. So you can just go jump into things like that. But I think some of those things we're doing, trying to do some of that stuff. Other questions? Respect you guys' time, so at the end of it here. So I know some people here that are newer, probably a little bit more. If you're real advanced, not as much out of what we kind of covered here, just because there's really high levels and it's hard to kind of pull all those pieces together in doing that. But as you walk out of here, what I'd really suggest that you do is just really try to utilize it in everything that you do every single moment of the day. Go ask a question of anything that you don't know. It's like, what tree grows well in my backyard in here? I just kind of all these stupid things that I ask all the time. One last, uploading data. Okay, so here's what I did. Here's a good one. I pulled out the data for our agents out of
Command MC?
no, not Command MC, but out of the what's the software we use to tracks all the data of agents across the Minnesota. Brokermetrics. So I went to Brokermetrics. I pulled all of our agents' data for this year, and I loaded that up into ChatGPT, and I said, for Conrad Gudmundsson, tell me what things could be highlighted about him that could promote him as one of the, what things are, what things is in this data that could be really good about him. And came up and wrote me a beautiful, it's just a ridiculous thing. He was number 1 in this area, number 1 in that area, and he wrote me up a whole paragraph of why somebody should use Conrad as their agent based upon this information.
That's cool. That's great.
2-minute thing.
Yeah.
Right, maybe a 1-minute thing, so. But that's it, that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, and get in touch with me. goldiekw@gmail.com, GOLDIEKW@gmail.com. So,
We greatly appreciate you coming all the way down here.
absolutely.
And your time and your wisdom, and we would love to hear more stories about when you love you for sure.
There's all kinds of great stories. We go way back, that's for sure, so. But,
Thank you.
cool, all right, thanks, appreciate it.
Group photo.
Yep, let's go.
Let's do it.
Group photo with Gene.
Yay.
Give him his props. Where do you want us?
I tried to get
Right wall here?
Yeah, because that's the new wall.
All right, you can line up back there.
Yes.
Hustle up, let's go. ChatGPT, what's the best order for this group of people to stand for the photo? Hey, Pokies.
We're old. Yes,
All the data you can into it is,
This is a little too wide. We gotta pull you in. Can we pull you in?
Yep.
And then we pull you in. That's it.
Shotties up front, shotties.
We're all in a line.
Yeah, we're gonna come over and squat. Yeah. What do you mean, squat down?
Wait, Colin, come on, man.
Misha, come in the front.
crunch, in.
It's only been for so long. Okay, smile. Wait, Kelly, don't.
That's what I was.
Okay. Ready? Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks, Gene.
Thank you. I can't smell it. It's nice to know it's working. You know, you can't smell yourself. You know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Wow. When he was like, where do you go for the meeting? I was gonna be like, I go to Jason.
Thank you.
We are not afraid of stuff. It takes no time to catch up. Just get really, it's everything. I mean, it's like everything in your life.
She's gonna have a kind of a crazy week.
Timing, the timing. No, it'll be.